Okay, well, I told some of you guys that I would give you a toolbox tour when I was done updating my toolbox. Uh, Since how I'm going to be working on aircraft, I thought I would get a little more organized, and this is kind of what I've done. Let's start on this end of the box. I've got a couple of magnetic trays for small parts, an air hose, and a couple of my favorite sprays. The little tray is from Harbor Freight. They work pretty good. If you've never used this stuff before, Aerocoil, get some. We call it creep, but it works really well. A X-ray sign is kind of a joke. It's from my girlfriend's old clinic. We wrecked out the X-ray, and the sign was on the door. And I thought, well, might be kind of fun. Tell all the youngsters I've got a little X-ray NDT down in the bottom drawer there. My toolbox is, let me back up a little bit here. She's 22 years old. It's Snap-on, I think Masterclass or Craft, I don't know. Classic, anyway, whatever they call it. The thing that attracted me to it originally was this wooden top. It's 1 3/4 thick, 54 inches long, and it's original to the box. You can still buy them, but when I got it, it was had a lot of grease and dirt in it, so I refinished it yesterday. And it's got a couple of nice coats of wax on it, nice and smooth. I like it. This end, we got a little Harbor Freight paper towel holder and a big giant magnet. Now, the top drawer, this is what this looks like. All wrenches. Got some safety glasses and a couple of big flashlights. And there's the key to the toolbox. The thing that you might notice is that I've shadow foamed everything in. That's how this works. You pull a wrench out. End of the day, you're like, well, where's my wrench? Got to go find it. So you don't lose tools. You don't want to be looking for tools either. That's just a big waste of your time and the company's. Now, shadow foam, this is really interesting stuff. It is not easy to work with. I'll tell you that much. And here's how you do it. It comes in these big sheets, 54 by 48. You're going to cut them up, same size as your drawer liners. You get a red and you get a black one. It has this paper on the back. And what you do is you draw a mirror image of whatever you want to put in your toolbox on the back side, and then you cut it out. Once you're finished, this is like a paper layer. It's really, really sticky. And you stick the red to the black when you're done, and then you end up with this. And if you're careful when you cut it out, your tools actually fit really nice and tight. They won't fall out. Now, how you cut it, I kind of came up with my own method. This is a big electric cutter. It's like, you cut the long ones with this. It's kind of cheap. It works good. The trick, though, the secret that I came up with, is this is a Weller soldering iron. And if you notice, there's an X-Acto knife blade in there. This material takes a lot of heat. It doesn't stink, it doesn't smoke, but to do it with precision, you pretty much got to have one of these. Get back in there. It took me, this big drawer, the layout I did one day, and then it took almost 8 hours to cut it out. And I got a little tricky. I put my initials in there. Thought that was kind of fun. But yeah, you got to take your time. This stuff is about $25 a square foot, and it's made by a company called 5S. The other interesting thing is Under here, this is my 1970s tool cart. It's a Snappy. I'm going to pull it out and refinish it, get her all ready to go back to work, because I need that to go with this, because I don't want to have to haul this 5,000 pound thing around. I'll just load my tools in there and be able to go over to where I'm working. So back to the tour. This next drawer, this is all my 1/2-inch sockets. I've got a big Snappy here. He's probably older than me, and he still works. Nice thing about these trays, these drawers are really slender. So these are nice and flat. And these big sockets fits right in here. I got a couple loose ones I'm going to do something with. But they also lift out. So I can take and put that on my cart, go where I need to go. And then when I'm done, just come back up. Hold on. It's kind of heavy. Put it back in the drawer. And I'm done. Next drawer. 3/8 and 1/4-inch stuff. This end, these are all snap-on sockets. Not everything in here is snap-on, obviously, but 1/4-inch, deep and shallow, long extensions, a little nut driver, various extensions here, a little spinner, flex and straight. Then we've got our deep and shallow sockets, extensions, long ones, short ones. Got a spinner here, little ratchet, medium, flex head, and straight. Got some crow's feet. These are kind of nice. They pop out. Take them wherever you want. And these are all my medium depth and my flex heads. Now, this is one drawer I haven't done yet, and you'll know why I've done what I've done. But this is what everybody's drawers look like. This is my Allen wrenches. I don't really know what to do with them. Maybe I'll cut them in, but right now, got my mirrors, some scissors, X-Acto knife, cutters, blowgun. But that one's kind of a mess. But that's what usually everybody's stuff looks like. I'm going to go on to the next drawer. And I put all these labels on here because, well, it's hard to remember where some of your stuff is some of the time. But this is the M Tools drawer. This is all metric stuff. Stubbies, ratchets, straights. We've got 1/4-inch drive sockets, deep and short, 3/8 deep and short, 1/4-inch ratchet, and 3/8. And these are kind of fun because they got a flex head on them. I like them. And that's that one. Now we're going to go, this is a fun drawer. I like this one. Special tools. It's a little bit of a mess, but I keep close track of this stuff. There's a degree wheel. Most of the stuff is antique Starrett. I got calipers. These are dividers, compasses. Got my, gauges, markers, forceps, dial indicator, angle indicator, magnifying glass, vernier caliper, and some other things. Let me put this back in here. Whoops. Kind of hard to do some of this one-handed. Next drawer, pliers. Got all my snap ring pliers here. Everything's cut in. Some vice grips, long, short, regular needles, regular pliers, duck bills, and my spinners, my wire twisters. These are the 9-inchers. They're huge. Don't buy them. I bought them by accident, but I got both of them anyway, 6 and the 9. And then we're going to go over here. This is hammers. My favorite drawer because sometimes you just got to hit something hard. Chisels from Harbor Freight. You know, everything's cut in. Brass, plastic, magnetic base for my dial indicator, rods. Good good drawer. Next drawer, screwdrivers. These are icons. I like them. They work well. Impact screwdriver, large seal picks. These are all the little things that, you know, kind of have a tendency to want to move around. So I got them in a little tray, which actually comes out. Large screwdrivers, short fat one. Tiny screwdrivers, small seal picks. Gear wrench stuff. I love this stuff. It's nice. Some snap-ons. And this is a antique blue point screwdriver. Here, I'll show you this. If I can get it out. There we go. So this thing has a knob on the end, and on the other end, let's see if I can show you. If you twist the handle, you see how it moves? It's supposedly for, I can't hold it still, for adjusting screw, there we go, for adjusting carburetors. And all the bits for it are right here. But I can think of a million uses for it. I mean, it's got a 1/4 inch on the end. And the last two drawers, these are kind of a mess, but can't keep everything perfect. Gloves, my paint mask, because I paint a lot. Die grinders, stuff. And this is a little endoscopic camera, inspection camera. It has front and rear vision. Shoots pretty good pictures. And this drawer, the very last one, miscellaneous tools. So we got torque wrenches, a little timer, wire chaser, flashlights, lock wire, temp gun, headphones, attachments for my fluke, which is right here, my multimeter, big pry bars, wire strippers, and battery chargers for the battery. Last thing I want to show you is this thing. This is my favorite new purchase. It's called an arrow creeper. And if you've ever used a Craftsman creeper that goes up and down, they just murder your back. This thing is very comfortable. It's got 4-inch wheels. It just rolls perfect. But the trick thing about this is, let me change hands here. You grab it by the head and lift it up, and you got an instant chair. To lower it, you just lift the seat. It takes 2 hands, so I'm not going to do it. And then just drops down. So, let's see. As far as all this stuff, these are all the tools that didn't make the grade. I call them junk tools, but they're still useful. And they're all eventually going to get retired to the big silver monolith. There you go. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to put my key away. And hope you enjoyed this. And maybe I'll do some more updates later.